So I'm just going to start up this front engine now just so you can have a listen to see this noise. So we got the starlet down on the dyno yesterday, and the rear engine, everything went sweet. Was a little bit down on power than last time, which we think was just because it was at night time rather than the middle of the day. So the power range between about 270 horsepower to 290, and that's on 20 pounds of boost, so that was all good. As for the front engine, there was a few problems. So the air temps and the water temps were higher than usual. The engine didn't have any blow-by, but by the time we were setting some things up and going through the load maps, the engine started blowing a bit heavy out the breather. When I say the air temps and the water temps were high, the rear water temps are usually up around the sort of 90-degree mark. And if you let the car sit still for a few minutes, they drop back down to about 85, 80, where the fronts just stayed 90 and above, 95. The air temps were up around sort of 45, 50 degrees. I'm not really too sure what that is. We're sort of hoping that the coatings that I've put on there aren't keeping the heat in the engine and not enabling it to escape properly. So that's one thing. Soon after that, a suspected sort of lifter noise developed, just a bit of a tick, which then turned into a knock. So we decided to stop the runs. Just a suspected bearings gone, low oil pressure as well. Again, this engine came out of a running car with no previous history, so we're not sure what's caused those two issues there. Moving the bore scope around, looks like there's some marks inside the bore as well. I just had those honed and cleaned up, so within not even 50 kilometers, there's some marks there as well. So I'm going to pull the engine down now and suss it out and see what's going on. Yes, well, here we go. And keep in mind, you could understand if we were revving the shit out of it, lose oil pressure, spin a bearing, would have been lucky to sort of revving it to 4, just setting it up in the map, and this still happened, so yeah, not sure. A good idea is to get a glass jar or some sort of clear container where you can catch the engine oil in it, because you want to see if there's any metal or any deposits or anything when you drain the oil out. So I don't think there's going to be too much we can salvage from this beautiful engine anymore, so I think we're just going to have to pull this out and throw the shitter wrecker engine in there after a degrease and a quick paint. I think one of the reasons that the rear engine has such good air temps is putting the intercooler underneath. Even just sitting there still in a staging lane or whatever, it's going to pick up the cold air straight underneath rather than the heat soak of the engine going, from the radiator into the intercooler. You just have cold air pass through it all the time. And having the radiator on the side here, that's not putting heat into the intercooler either. It's getting fresh air straight from the front. So I think keeping those two units separate definitely helps with water and air temps staying low. As for the rear engine, no overheating, no air temp issues, no blow-by, no problems, very consistent runs, only, you know, ranging a few horsepower drop each run. So really happy with the way the rear's going. We just need to sort of pan out the front and work out what's going on there. Probably never had an oil change in its life. Okay, so that's a bit of ring hanging out of the block hole right there. The shitbox wrecker engine's in, it's blowing smoke like a big thing.